BS News. This is Richard Thorndike with BS News for Monday, May 10th, 2010. Dateline Ivory Towers. It was announced today that President Obama will nominate Solicitor General Elena Kagan as the next Supreme Court Justice. Republicans announced their opposition to Obama's pick several weeks ago on the grounds that whoever it is, it's Obama's pick.
No.
If confirmed, Elena Kagan would be the third female justice on the current Supreme Court. That's quite a change. Until recently, the Supreme Court looked like a waiting room outside the office of a prostate specialist. Turn your head and cough. A third female justice would mean other big changes at SCOTUS. For starters, there would be one less person that Clarence Thomas can talk to without being very careful with what he says. If Kagan is confirmed, for the first time in history, there will be no Protestants on the Supreme Court. This, of course, raises the question, at the next Supreme Court potluck, who's going to bring the tuna casserole? BS News now brings you exclusive audio of anti-gay Christian fundamentalist George Allen Reeker and his alleged male prostitute on their trip to Europe.
Lucian, will you loose up my midriff? Oh, is that a Bible in your pocket, or are you just happy to worship me? Down, boy.
And finally, Dateline the Gulf of Mexico. The so-called leak condom that BP was trying to use to contain the Gulf oil spill didn't work. As with any condom failure, BP has moved on to the next step, which consists of hoping nothing bad happens. This is Richard Thorndike with BS News. When news breaks, or when another idiot stock trader with fat fingers hits a Z for zillion, we break in. Have a great week.
Here's what we know. We know that Obama has picked Elena Kagan to be the next nominee for the Supreme Court to fill the seat of Justice John Paul Stevens, who is leaving. Elena Kagan is 50 years old, and at 50 years old, she will be the youngest member of the Supreme Court. Why do we have an institution that actually looks like an institution? Why? I mean, 50, you're considered spry at the Supreme Court. Where in America are you considered spry outside of the Supreme Court or like a Tea Party? Where? Where is 50 considered, the Senate, right? Yeah. That's right. Mr. Manzo points out the Senate. You could be very, very spry. I'm going to run for the Senate is what I'll do. I want everybody to go, oh, she looks so good for a senator, It's unbelievable. So the right wing has nothing to go after her on, just like the left wing has nothing to go after her on, which is probably the best thing about her. However, the right wing has already gone after her. They've gone after her appearance and her sexuality already. I mean, when a right-wing columnist says Elena Kagan would be the first openly gay justice, despite the fact that she is a lesbian is not a fact at all, then you know what the fight's going to look like. For instance, when Sonia Sotomayor was nominated, they only went after her because she said that she was a wise Latina. See? And that's all they had against her, was this wise Latina thing. And they turned it into a giant race war. So now they're going to make this into a giant, gay thing. And quite frankly, the GOP is a giant gay thing.